And here we have a System 11B MPU, which is for a, what is this, a Bad Cats. And so with this board, I'll just notate that this board came in along with the power supply, and it smelt and looked like it had came out of a fire of some sort. And so we did a few more headers here on this board. So J17, J18, J19, and J12. So these headers were actually all looking pretty rough, so we went ahead and swapped those out. We did the 3100 power input filter capacitors. We've got two 10 UF capacitors here in the sound section, and also a 22 UF here in the reset section. We were having an issue with the special solenoid locking on, and what I had found was, after pulling the 7407, that is, C72 here was actually shorted, causing the solenoid to constantly be energized instead of whenever it's supposed to be. Anyways, we did actually add NVRAM here to the board, and I'll go ahead and get this thing booted up. And so here we will display the last game played and high score to date. So the baddest cats. Alright, so anyways, I guess it'll help if I get this connected to the test rig so we can actually see everything working instead of me just telling you. Alright, and so we've got the lamp matrix dancing, and whenever I first powered this on, I was like, oh no, we've got a lamp column out, but it's just the way the matrix goes. As you can see, none of the coils are locked on. And go ahead and get this thing into test, and the flipper ground enable activates there. And we don't have a soundboard, so no sound or music. But we'll cycle through. So just going through the displays and each individual segment. All segments, which is about a 50-50 shot of it being interfered with by the overhead lamp that I have here. Seems to be the only part of the test that has a interaction with the camera. But anyways, moving on through the test, here's all of the lamps, and then the single lamps. Fly through these here, and moving into the solenoids, and I need to, sorry, we'll let this run back through. I need to repin some of these headers here on my bench. The wires keep pulling out every time I remove the board from my bench, and wish I can come up with a better method as far as I don't know, maybe like ribbon. No, I don't know. But anyways, okay, so those all cycle through, and we'll go ahead and test the special solenoids, which we saw were computer driven, which are also switch activated. And since we're here, we'll go ahead and let the computer driven side go. And we're 100% there. And moving into switches. So we're just going to go through diagonally, testing both rows and columns here of the switch matrix. And even though they were not all used, looks like some of them were not used in between, but they did use all of, was that column 8, I believe. Yeah, all of column 8 was used. But we are 100% good to go. And let's see, adjustment 23 will set us to free play. And since we have NVRAM here on the board, that'll actually stay saved into the memory. So thank you so much. Here is the power supply for that Mad Catz MPU. So we went through and have replaced all the capacitors. So 100 UF, 47 UF, I believe that's 1000 UF, excuse me. Both of the display power filter caps and the 5-volt filter cap, and a 330 microfarad cap over here as well. All of the fuses were actually gone from the board, so I did have to populate all these, and I did have to do a special order on the 1/8 amp fuses for the displays. Those are not a value that I actually stock apparently, which I believe they were only used on this specific power supply, because I've never had a need for them aside from here. But going through testing the voltages, so the -12 and +12, and then 5 volts. And got one more, and then let me switch hands here. I'll come over and test. This will be the negative, and then the positive. Oh, the next pin. There we are. And then we've got one more 5 volt over here. So we are 100% good to go. Thank you so much.